Well,
Hi, everyone.
welcome back to A
Latte
Perspective. We just wanted to jump on here and actually announce that we're coming back, guys.
Aren't you excited?
Aren't you excited we're coming back?
We are super excited.
We're excited. So we're going to start in May, and we will be on every 2 weeks. And each month we will have a different topic that we will be discussing. Our format's going to be different, but before we get to that, yes,
we're going to keep the same ideas of what we're doing, mother-daughter relationships, things like that. It's just going to be formatted a little bit different, a little bit more structured, but we're going to keep our comedic timing the same.
Oh yeah, we can't get away from that. But what we would like to start to do is that, because a lot of you haven't been around us for at least a year because of COVID, we'd like to reintroduce ourselves. So I'm Kathy Durant, the mom.
And I'm Juliana Tompkins, the daughter.
And we have kind of a unique mother-daughter relationship. It's not completely what you would consider standard, normal. Due to divorce situation, Jules and I have only lived under the same roof for 9 years. And since she was 16, we have lived 700 miles apart.
Yes.
Until almost 2 years you've been back.
2 years now. Yeah. Well, COVID made things go by actually really fast. You'd think it'd be the opposite, but it actually went by really fast.
So 2 years ago in July, Jewel and her family moved to about 11 miles from me. So that's been such a huge blessing, adjustment, reacquaintance, getting to know each other, getting to shift our long distance relationship to a up close and personal one.
It's been very eye-opening, if you can imagine. We have learned how much how much I am like her, because she's not like me. She's not how much I'm like her. The things that make us the same, the things that make us different. How I've actually almost grown into some of the same at the same time. Things that I didn't believe in before, or things that I didn't have opinions about before, but how our opinions are the same, and we're in the same household. She didn't teach me those things. So that's kind of interesting to see. Parenting, how we are with parenting, the kids, things like that. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's we were saying the other day, as much as we've missed everybody and whatnot, we're kind of glad we took a hiatus, and we introduced ourselves last year, took a hiatus during COVID, and have come back because we have really grown. And I wish we would have taken you guys along the journey, but I think we needed it as much as we thought we were ready for a life in the spotlight or a life in front of a camera. We had some things that happened and we needed to kind of go through, and I was homeschooling the kids, so it was a lot.
Well, and let's not forget that before we signed off, we had been on a weight loss challenge.
Oh, yeah.
So Jules has lost how much now?
50 pounds.
50 pounds. Can you tell? I can tell. I can tell that she is a slim shadow of who she used to be, but she looks amazing. And I started on the weight loss journey after she started, and I'm down, I weighed Friday. So right now I'm down 11 pounds. So I'm excited because, trust me, there wasn't a stick of dynamite and a light that could have gotten it off before that. I tried Noom, I tried all kinds of stuff, and it didn't work. Yeah. So I'm really grateful for Jules' program, and I'm grateful that it's working for me as well as others in our family and friends and close circles. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been interesting. It's again another life journey, another thing. I will say it's a self-confidence booster. I'm not as shy as I was before. So when we did this last time, I had a really hard time being in front of the camera. Didn't really like it as much. I'm not so completely excited right now, but I'm trying and I'm doing better. So I don't feel as self-conscious. I'm definitely gaining some perspective and self-confidence back, which is really great too. I've never, again, something else I was just saying the other day is this is the lowest I've ever been. My goal isn't to be skinny. My goal is to be the healthiest I've ever been for my kids and my family, and just being able to do things. So I think my next challenge I haven't signed up yet, but my next challenge might be a like a mud run type thing. So keep that in mind.
Better her than me.
Keep that in mind.
My
saying.
bones will break. You know what I'm saying? So
I can't say mine won't, but yeah.
There's more chance that mine's gonna break.
So yeah.
So basically, what's going to happen, and we're going to talk a little bit more about our new format. So Jewel, why don't you start with how the format's changing?
Well, before we would sit around beforehand and kind of pick topics and go through, and I would surprise her. While we'll still probably keep that a little bit, we are going to try and keep to certain areas and certain things. But what we want to do, instead of doing before, it was kind of generational, and that was good, but I think that kind of runs out in a way. There's only so much you can talk about generational. However, what we have found in the last year is that what I really want to say is the world's gone crazy, but
well, you're not lying.
I know. So, but what we want to talk about really is growing up. I was not grown up in the Bible. I was not taught scriptures. We didn't live by those things. And I believe the world has really gotten away from those things as well. The one thing we have in common is that I have started getting there. And when Wyatt was born, I started on that journey. And it's taken me a long time. Still have, questions and things like that. There are times where I'm like, Mama, you have to explain this to me. I don't really understand. So what we want to do is I'm going to bring in a real world perspective in the sense of what is the world saying. Because her and I do believe a lot of the same things and we have a lot of the same opinions on certain things, but the world doesn't. So I want to bring in the perspective of, even if it's not my perspective sometimes, I do want to bring in the real world perspective and what are people saying? What is going on right now? But then Mom's going to counter offer with...
And then I'm going to come in with, what does the Bible say about it? And I'm not, you can get really upset with me, but it's not me. It's what the Bible says. It's what God says about it. It's what God says about whatever topic that we start out with.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the fact that she's going to bring the world view, I'm going to give the biblical view. We just want to put a disclaimer out there right now.
Yes.
That you can disagree with us, but you don't have to get ugly. You don't have to be negative. You don't have to be personally berate us or anything like that. We
for one, we're not going to respond because
we're not going to engage.
And I put that out there right now. So you can say whatever you want. You can talk about how we talk. You can talk about how we close. You can talk about what we're saying, but we're not going to engage. Positive, yes, we will engage. We want to encourage people and to be positive. We are not out here to belittle anybody. We're not here to judge anybody. This is not about judgment. We're not saying, hey, like you have to do. We're trying to say that
we're trying to educate.
One of the things I think that we going to church and we see is that we human beings keep repeating the same patterns. So what we're trying to do is show that what's going on right now has happened generation after generation after generation. This is not new stuff. What we're going through as human beings right now is not new. And so we're trying to show that the Bible has dealt with this. And this goes back to
thousands of years.
So this is the beginning of time.
Because the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun.
Right. So this is not I'm giving opinions, she's giving literally facts. If you don't like the facts, keep scrolling. We're not here to be anybody's best friends. We're not here. We do. I'm not like, don't put it that way. But we're not here to cater to everybody. If you want to listen to us, listen to us. If you find us interesting, you find us funny, you find us wonderful, great, listen to us. If you don't, we just ask that you keep scrolling and don't put in your negative comments. Don't worry about what we're saying because we have freedom of speech. We have the right to be on here and we're going to express that right, whether you like it or not. We just don't want to hear about it.
Well, and the other portion that I also want to express is that we're here to provide a service, and that's education. We're here to provide information. The one thing that I have discovered in the last 4 years is that women especially struggle with their identity. The reason why they compromise most of their values is because they have no idea who they are. Basically, they have no idea whose they are, who they belong to. And as I've done ministry over the last 4 years, actually 10 years total, I've been in women's ministry, but the last 4 years especially, my biggest lesson to others is, let me tell you who you are. Let me tell you what value you have, how worth it you are to make better choices. So our goal is to provide education, information. What you do with that information is between you and God. What you do with that information is not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to bring you the information, because once you're educated, there's one thing that I know: you cannot unknow something. You cannot unlearn something. Well, unlearn, that's a habit, but you can't unknow something. You are culpable the minute you know something. You are not culpable if you don't know. So we're here to provide education, information, guidance, and we would like to build a mother-daughter ministry with women who want to take the journey with us. That's the goal of this podcast. The goal of this podcast is not to tear people down. It is not to convict, or actually, it's not to condemn them. It is to convict them to change, but it is not to condemn them. It is to love them. The Bible says that our first charge is to love ourselves, God, and our neighbor. Not in that order, but we're supposed to love. And God said the greatest thing on the earth is love. It conquers all. It never fails. It covers a multitude of sins. And what I have found in my lifetime is that being loving to someone gets me a lot farther than being judgmental, critical, just belittle them. So we are here to provide that education because we know we used to be uneducated. We used to be bound. We used to have chains on us that we weren't free to be who God created us to be. And our goal is to be who God created us to be. The world puts a lot of stuff on you from birth until now to rob you of your true identity. So our goal is to educate you in all areas. Please write topics down that you want us to play devil's advocate with, because Jules is going to take the world side and I'm going to give the biblical view. And because we're doing monthly topics, it gives me a chance to research and give you as much information as possible, because I am a perpetual student. I may be 66 years old, but I'm still learning, and I love to learn, and I'm constantly have my nose in a book. So,
and there are going to be times where, I have the same opinion, or I might disagree, or I might question, because I know that a lot of people question things in the Bible. They question things. So there's going to be a lot of really good, just back and forth debate. Why is it like this? Why is it like that? And things like that. We just come on this platform because we want a positive. We want positive. We don't want to show negative. We don't want to. I think really Christians anymore are getting a bad name. They think everybody's judgmental. They think we're all out to get them, or we're crazy,
or we think we're better than them,
or we think that we think, and we don't. I mean, if you ever meet me, I'm not like that at all. I'm very self-conscious. I'm very, I don't think I'm better than anybody. And I'm always learning. I'm always trying to better myself. I don't think I'm better than you. I'm trying to better myself. And that is what's really important. Not that you're better than somebody, but that you're trying to better yourself. Don't put yourself, I've always compared myself to other people, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I want to be better than me that I was yesterday. And that's what really matters. And we're trying to just relay these messages, not that we're not for men, watching us, whatever, but, if you want to learn how to treat your wife, you can come to us, but this is all about, this is how to build women up and how to, show them what is going on in the world and how we can really, I guess, do for us without tearing men down is a good one too. That's a
Yes.
good topic. How to build us up without tearing somebody else down.
Right.
And that is going for men. You know what I mean? Like those kinds of things. I think what our first topic, we can
Yes,
look forward
for
to
May.
for
What we're going to
May
be talking about in May
is going to be women's rights. It's going to be how women's rights are seen right now.
no.
What is?
That is it, but I thought we were going to start with what a woman wants.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we changed it. What does a woman want? Not what a man wants. Just saying. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So we're gonna go to what a woman wants.
And then the next month we'll roll into women's
what is
rights.
going on with women today? How we're seen? How we should feel about ourselves? Even what a woman wants in dating, what they want in a man, what they want sexually, what they want in their relationships, things like that. And then again, what the Bible says and how a woman should be treated, how a woman is seen, not necessarily, I'm sure, in
And what our
some
responsibilities
aspects,
are.
yeah.
As the helpmate to the husband, what does God charge us to do? So we're going to be discussing all of that in May.
And then after that, it's women's rights. I
And
guess,
after that,
yeah.
it's in June, it's women's rights.
We had it written down, but I forgot.
It's okay.
I don't know.
It's okay. Well, I think that for now, we've given you enough information. We're happy to be back.
We're happy to, so we look forward to kind of getting into it.
Yeah.
And I'm getting into it, fighting dirty. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
And we look forward to spending time with you. The podcast will be about an hour, and it'll be twice a month. And we hope to release on Monday the 2nd. Unless you hear different from us, that's the target goal at this point. But we have missed you guys. We've missed our times together. We've missed the interaction with you on Facebook. We are still on Facebook as a Latte
And
Perspective.
Instagram.
And on Instagram.
Keep a lookout because we're going to be putting out some reels. We're going to try this. We've never done it. So I've never done it. I don't do all that. But we're going to try it.
All I
So
ask, all
keep a
I
lookout.
ask is that you give us grace and mercy.
Yeah.
Because
We're new at this.
You're looking at the two most uncoordinated women on the planet.
Yes.
So we're going to try to do these reels, but just give us grace and mercy because they know.
I'm not very good at lip singing, so we're dancing or any of that stuff. But we're going to try it anyway.
We
Bye,
look forward
everyone.
to seeing you soon.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.